YouTube. This is Dr. Wanda, and I wanted to sit down as sort of a follow-up talk. I wanted to do this one by myself. There was a huge response to the family video, and most of it centered around Isaac, my husband, sharing about his vision for juicing, for the juice company, for us at some point to be able to ship juice to the U.S. in um, big cargoes, and the idea that there would be a factory, that this would be on some sort of massive scale. And so there was a little bit of heart pouring for him to say, hey, doctor, you know, uh, support your husband. You know, he got a good vision. It sounds like, you know, what he wants to bring to life is a worthy concept. Definitely worth considering and getting behind and supporting on a grander scale. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. How does um, an average Ghanaian out of Tema Newtown link, lock, and fall in love with a underemployed college professor from the U.S., a Pan-Africanist? You know, I'm traveling to different nations. In fact, when he met me, I was coming back from Tanzania, having done some work there. You know how that happens? Those two people start talking and sharing ideas and dreams and concepts, and they come to believe that they can actually bring a lot of this stuff to life. So what you're saying is true. First of all, I've been the biggest cheerleader, the biggest supporter, the only supporter really, of Wonderland's juice. It is a delicious juice. It is 100% pure, pasteurized, no sugar, no preservatives added juice. What do we have? It's COVID ready. Ginger, lime, sugar cane, which is completely alkaline, and that ginger cleans out that respiratory system. It is cancer cure. So soursop when it's in season. It is full of nutrients and nutrition, mango, as well as pineapple and pineapple orange blend. These are the ones that my husband currently makes. They're all delicious, okay? All of them are delicious juice. All of them are natural. Okay. It's an interesting idea how a woman is told or suggested that, oh, you back something. Well, when you start anything and you come to the table, even though you have a good idea has to also have what we know is called a business plan. And that business plan needs to be flushed out. You need to know, what are you doing in terms of material, raw material? What's that going to cost? You need to keep good records so that you can see if what you're buying, if you're making any money, what your revenue is looking like. You have to consider that all hands need to be on deck. So it's okay when it's mom pie and you doing a lot of stuff, but it's also better if you hire certain people and you delegate qualified people to run certain aspects of your company. It makes it run far more efficiently. These are things I know that good business plans have. They don't have to have all of them at the same time. And you can begin to sort of scaffold a little bit at a time, you know, as the Africans say, small, small. Okay, I am the biggest, probably the person I know that's the most excited about new concepts and cutting edge experiences. I love that my husband named it Wonderland's Juice, because wherever Wanda lands, blessings come, and he felt like my being in Ghana was a huge blessing. He's an amazing juice maker, and it's an amazing juice. Now, everybody doesn't have the best business plan, and everybody isn't necessarily naturally a businessman, a businesswoman, a business person. Some of these skills take time, and in that time, things still have to move forward. So, for example, while you're launching a business, you still got to eat. You still got to pay bills. You still got to take care of school fees. You still have to be able to, if your glasses get broke, replace them. Okay? So all your money, everything can't go into somebody's vision. That's one issue. The second issue is I believe that your vision don't have to be my vision. That you get the right to dream individually. You should get the supports that you need to activate. So let me give you an example. My role as Isaac's wife is to be his helpmeet and to be his support system. Okay? And I function very well as both of those. I help him. I'm here. I support him. I support financially, spiritually. I cheer him on. I sell the juice out of whatever. There's nothing too good for me with this juice. That doesn't mean that it's going to blow up. It means that it's a concept. That's what that means. And so in the meantime, how do we get meat and potatoes on the table while a business plan is emerging? How do we do that? Well, one thing is you, like I said, small. So when he first shared this concept with me, he's been in the juicing industry 20 years, working for somebody else. He said he wanted to start something and possibly employ some of the people in his village. And I love that. I said, oh my God, I love that. One, I don't really want to work for anybody. I'm tired of it. I mean, I'm always going to work for somebody, but I really would prefer to work for myself. So he was already talking the language I like. Two, 20 years in any industry, if you haven't learned something is very wrong. Three, it was all doable. You know, the country is full of fresh fruits, vegetables, herbs, whatever he needs to make that happen. So this was a question of equipment. Got him a sugar cane machine because you can press that out. A nice blender. We've reconstructed the kitchen. Labels, special packaging. These are things that we put in place now. Not one day in my life have I ever woke up and thought, I want to be a juice maker. Not one day. Not when I was 5, going down the Soul Train line and, dancing to James Brown and Michael Jackson. Not when I was 15 and I was on the picket lines talking about Free Mandela, and going to the Second March on Washington in D.C. Not when I was in my 20s and I became a preschool teacher and I was working with the little ones. Not when I got in my 30s and I was in high school, teaching in high school and dealing with the crack babies and the kids revolving out the penal system and issues with recidivism and transient students. And now I'm in my 50s and I'm an underemployed professor and I'm still not dreaming of that. But if that man wants to do it and he is attached to me, I am going to play the role that I'm supposed to play as a wife. And that is to be his helpmeet and his support. And hopefully the things that I am doing will sit as his crown. That I will be his crown. And I will make him proud in how I support him. That's the most he can get from me. I'm not going to run no juice company. I'm not going to pretend to know things I don't know. And I'm going to be honest with you. When you get serious about something, there's a type of homework you should do. If you want to do this, find out about export and import. Because the same stuff that people champions say, okay, everybody I know that's champions that make stuff happen. They're not on Facebook. They're not playing on Instagram. They don't watch a lot of TV. These people eat, sleep, and drink what it is they're trying to bring to life because that's the only way to bring it to life, okay? I don't know how to launch a juice company. I do know how to focus and be a winner. And one thing I know, the undisciplined life, folks who have undisciplined portions of their life tend to lag behind others. So when I see folks have undisciplined qualities about themselves, I lovingly correct, but I'm not my husband's father, and I'm not my husband's boss. I'm his wife. And so when it becomes too much for me, and I think many women come to learn that or have to learn that, when it becomes too much for me, I go back into my place, my space. What is my purpose? How is the Father using me? What am I supposed to be doing? Well, I'm an academic, I'm a professional, I'm an outreach worker. Okay. I'm somebody that is a published author. I do public speaking. I love little ones. If you ask me how I would like to exit this earth, I'd like to be a baby nurse. I like the little ones. I like them. They cry, they fuss, they this, they that. They just need some TLC. They need some TLC. They need to be burped. They need to be changed. They want to be fed. And I like their demands. Their demands are clear. They ain't got but 5 of them. And I think I can do a good job of fulfilling those. But to run a huge company and launch it to the point that you can take something to the U.S., which is a very tough market for Africa to get in, you have to grind. A woman cannot make a man grind. A woman should not boss her man into grind. A woman should not have to bully a man into the grind. The grind must come in him. It must be in him, okay? It must be in him. And so, this is not to take any stab at anybody or take anything away from anybody. It's to speak my own truth. I support my husband. I support my friends. I support my families. And I have an amazing network of people that's behind me because you call to you what you are. Okay? I support him. But I also understand that there is a middle ground between the plan, the idea, and then bringing it to life. And that's the plan, that bridge right there. What's all the stuff that you have to do in the middle to make it flourish? If this is this dream, he has to work that out. And then I can get behind him 100. As it stands now, I got him. But I'm also going to get me. I'm taking care of me. I'm taking care of me because I am smashed between a baby and an elder. And I don't have time to flush out anybody else's drive, anybody else's dream. You have to do that. That's your call. That's your purpose. And you will know if it's working by your fruits. I thank you for all of the encouragement you gave my husband. It brought a certain conversation that was intense in here. But I always feel like those conversations are good conversations because I don't believe in fluff. Like, let's have a real talk. Okay, let's have a real talk. And it gave us some strong food for thought. I'm going to leave it at that, and I'm going to sign off.